not a great episode of SmackDown. This was
an amazing. We started. Hey, everybody, Roman versus with the Squashfest podcast and my co-host.
Oh, this is going to be an annoying episode. The boy Harm. You're going to do stuff. You're going to do stuff to annoy me this episode.
How?
Hold on. My mini-me is dressed like me. He needs to be here.
So screw you. I'll do the same thing. You think you're the only guy with a Funko Pop of himself?
Wearing the same colored shirt I've got on? Yes.
I mean, it's close enough. He's wearing black. I'm wearing gray.
Gray hair looks blue. Maybe it's just your camera.
Nah, it's the camera.
Okay.
Love you, buddy. You're the best.
Does it also have a weird haircut?
What are you talking about? He has the exact same haircut.
That haircut you had in one of our TikToks the other day, you look like a member from Whoville.
Oh, that's dope. Can
Okay.
I
All right. So we're going to get into the November 7th edition of Friday Night SmackDown and why I hated this so much. Show kicks off with Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes.
He was just super smiley, super happy to be there. He's in Greenville, South Carolina. If you know anything about wrestling history, it is a hotbed for the National Wrestling Alliance and Jim Crockett Promotions, and it's what is naturally called Flair territory because that's where they all... I can't take you serious while you're messing with this Funko Pop.
Because yours is just sitting so perfectly.
So they were in Flair territory, so he got a huge pop because he's the son of Dusty Rhodes. So he gets into a segment where, I'm sorry, every time Cody talks, I blank out, but he basically says, Drew McIntyre, you're the what is the word he used? You're the something of your own devices. You're the fault of your own devices. You're the evil of your own devices. Basically, you complain every single week about what happens, but you do it to yourself.
Yeah.
That you ask for the you ask for the disqualification clause in the championship match the other day, but you're the one who introduced the championship into the ring. That ultimately caused your own demise. Obviously, Cody used the championship with the referee down, DDT Drew onto the title, and then hit him with Crossroads for the win on Sunday. He says he's done with Drew. He wants to move on. And he wants to sit in the crowd, a la John Cena, WrestleMania style, the 1 year he faced Undertaker. He wants to sit in the crowd and watch Friday Night SmackDown and decide with the crowd who is going to be his next challenger for the WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately, lights turn out, and something we have been asking for months happens. Mm-hmm. Aleister freaking Black comes out, and he cuts a short little promo. It's just Aleister stuff. Zelina gets on the mic and says, Cody, basically this is our time, and she slaps him.
The nightmare begins for you.
The nightmare begins for you, and then she slaps him.
Yeah.
And then she slaps him. Cody gets, it was obviously Cody's not going to hit Zelina Vega, but he gets in her face. They stare down. And Nick Aldis comes out, and he says, Aleister, since you want to have a fight so bad, you can fight Cody in the main event of
Since you guys
SmackDown.
Can't seem to keep your hands off each other.
Same thing, whatever. If you want to have a fight so bad, it doesn't. The verbatim doesn't matter. You want to fight, you got Cody tonight in the championship.
Doesn't matter. I can't stand you today.
Whatever, verbatim, verbiage. You understood what I meant.
This guy.
Aleister Black and Cody were main event on SmackDown last night.
This is why people listen to us, is because the back and forth.
The banter, yeah. All right.
So that's amazing. That's amazing that we're finally getting the feud that we've been asking for. My only problem is technically we're not, but we are.
It's weird. But I saw it. We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
All right.
But
So
yeah,
the first
I was
match,
gonna say it too because just the other day they were saying it online, and you sent me that
screenshot.
that screenshot and was like, "Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it." And and then literally I'm watching it and I'm like, I guess he believes it. Oh man. But one thing I continue to not like, because I preferred it the way you told it, which was leave Zelina as the Puerto Rican princess. Let her be
Yeah,
her and let her be on the mic. That whole her like just the dogness. Like I hate it. I hate it. Let her be her. Let her do her thing. She
I
doesn't
told
have
you.
to completely match his energy.
They reminds me of. I mean, obviously you made the comparison, and other people have made it to Scarlett and Karrion Cross. But when I look at her, I see Elvira. I see
Yes.
they're basically that's what I see. They're vampires, and I didn't need a full on transition of Selena Vega into a vampire character.
I feel
Even the
you.
way she moves, the way she walks to the ring, the way she's elevating herself in the entrance. It's very vampire and obviously that's something that they've always tried to do with Alistair the first run, coming out of the coffin in NXT and everything else. And then Vince, at one point when he made the main roster debut, adding the creaking sound, which was cringe. I'm sorry, you didn't need the creaking sound. It actually that addition took away from his presentation
Yeah.
for me. But yeah, no, like I don't need this version of Zelina. I mean, don't get me wrong, she looks like $1,000,000. She looked great, but just I don't like. There's something when you have somebody who connects with fans the way she does because that's genuinely her.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I feel like this is part of her personality too. But if you watch her other stuff, you watch her Twitch, you watch her podcasts with Dakota Kai, you watch her outside of wrestling. She's generally a bubbly person.
Mm-hmm.
She's taking that away to make her exactly like him, which is this stoic, dark character who it just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit her.
Yeah.
So let's get into the rest of the show. First match tonight, Ilya Dragunov versus what we thought was going to be Tommaso Ciampa. But no, Ilya Dragunov comes out. Before he gets to the ring, before he makes his entrance, he has a face-to-face stare down with Tama Tonga again in the back because he has the U.S. Yeah, exactly. We have a U.S. Championship Open Challenge. And Tama Tonga apparently wants the U.S. title, but hasn't said anything. He just keeps staring at him.
The thing that bothers me about this, and we've discussed it in length, so I'm not going to go into a whole large rant. Again, you could have had Tama and Tonga together. You could have had Jeff Cobb in this role. You could have had Jeff Cobb going for the U.S. title, and that would have been just as good, if not better. That's all I have to say.
I don't disagree. I'm a Jeff Cobb fan, going back to Lucha Underground when he was Matanza. And I think
Sorry. I apologize for those.
JC Mateo.
JC Mateo.
Yeah. Yeah.
My bad.
JC Mateo. Yeah, because he's gonna of the four of them right now. Well, Tangaloa is just never gonna do anything with Tangaloa, but he's kind of getting lost in the shuffle. It looks like we have a definitive idea of what we're going to be doing with Hikuleu, and we have a definitive, or at least a direction for Tama Tonga. JC Mateo just looks like he's got nothing, and I don't believe you're going to do JC.
They're going for the tag titles.
For the tag titles, it's going to JC Mateo and Tangaloa for the tag titles,
which is so weird.
Doesn't make sense. Put Gorillas of Destiny back together. Put Tama Tonga, Tangaloa back together. Let them go for the tag titles, and let JC Mateo go for the United States Championship.
Yep.
It does. That's the route, but I don't understand. Anyways, Ilya Dragunov goes out to the ring and he cuts his promo. He said, "Pain is going to be the entertaining of you today," or something like that. He needs a new catchphrase. Like, I'm sorry, this whole babyface Russian gimmick where I just want to cause people pain and I like pain it's just not working. The matches are great because this match was great because Johnny Gargano was awesome.
Can we talk about the fact that you're saying that after what is this, week 3, it isn't working?
It's the same gimmick he had in NXT, so I got an extended period of that time with that.
Okay, because I don't have that. So okay, that's I get it.
I get it, but it's just like I don't think it's working.
Okay.
He gets no pop. He gets nothing. He comes out, he gets nothing. People don't connect with him. The matches are good, and that's what the US title, I guess, is supposed to be right now. It's the workman's title, the one that's going to be defended on television every week. But it's not the match, but no one cares.
Yeah.
So after he says that, Tommaso Ciampa comes out to the ring and he says, all right, since you disrespected me last week and called me a jackass and didn't give me my championship opportunity last week, I'm not giving you a chance. I'm going to take that title off of you tonight because I'm a 2-time NXT champion. I'm a 2-time WWE tag team champion, blah, 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 blah. And he goes, you're right, but I am going to defend my title, but I'm going to accept this challenge, but I'm going to accept it from him. And he points at Johnny Gargano, who's standing in the corner, who looked shocked. And Gargano takes the match after his wife, Candice LeRae. And here's my thing. I understand why Candice would tell Gargano, take the match. You're his wife. You want good things for your husband. But as the quote unquote manager of these two guys, to tell one of your guys to undercut his teammate and take the title that the teammate wants is kind of Yoko Ono-ish.
The champion's deciding ultimately who his challenger is.
Challenge him.
The what?
He just walked. Gargano didn't challenge him. Well, Gargano walked out with Ciampa to Ciampa's music, and Ciampa challenged him.
But theoretically, my point is that the U.S. Open challenge, he's the one that decides who he's going to defend it against because they're on the because they're on the fly championships.
It's an open challenge, which means anybody who wants to challenge me for it can challenge me for it.
I agree, Gargano but the champion gets to say, "Hey, I don't want to."
Gargano didn't apply. It's an open champion challenge. You can't say I'm having an open challenge, and then when the person comes out and be like, no, not you. No, it's an open challenge.
I see both sides.
So we have this match, and it's a solid enough match. It's not on the level of the last two, the Sami Zayn match or the Nathan Frazier match that Ilya had. But it was a solid match. Johnny puts on good matches. Ilya wins abruptly with an H-bomb after Gargano hits a DDT on the outside and a DDT on the inside. But yeah, Ilya gets the win, and
they gave him
celebrates.
Time too.
They gave him time. It was like, I think it was like 12 to 13 minutes probably. It wasn't as long as the Frazier match. The Frazier match was, whew. But this was a really good match. According to Bleacher Report, this is the first time these two have ever been in the same ring. So,
really,
including Battle Royal, they've never been in a Battle Royal or a multi-man match against each other. So
that's an interesting fact.
Yeah.
That's why I like the Bleacher Report. It tells you random stuff that you would not even think about.
Different eras of NXT. So I guess Gargano was up by the time Ilya moved over from NXT UK. Yeah, this is a really good match. So when they get back to the back, and this is why I almost like it, because I can see Sicilian psychopath coming out of Tommaso Ciampa.
Okay.
He's there, he's steaming, and Gargano walks up to him and says, I got an ice pack on his neck. He goes, I'm sorry, he's a psychopath, but he's really good. And then Fraxium walks up and they start just teasing and saying, if he wasn't such a jackass, maybe he would have gotten the championship opportunity. And they start laughing and they walk away. And the two of them, DIY, just staring at them like they were hurt. If I'm Tommaso Ciampa in that moment, I'm whipping their ass. Like, I'm not saying there like you talk crap about me. And if anything I know about NXT Black and Gold, Tommaso Ciampa, he can legitimately whip both their asses.
Mm.
But we need to get back to that guy because that guy is compelling and really good. Not this tag team guy that they've been doing for the last couple of years. But that's where I hope they're going with this. I hope that he's going to start becoming more psycho because he's not getting the opportunities.
While I was watching the match, I just started thinking about the stuff that they both did in NXT. And I was just like, we're talking about how the product can be stale at times. We're talking about the fact that there's not a lot of it's like it's constantly the same matches or the same people and the same feuds over and over. You have plenty of people, and I was right away thinking about these two that could be given an opportunity, and they're really good wrestlers. And they're compelling, they're good on the mic, they're good at their character development and things like that. There are people on this roster that you could legitimately be using for other things, but we're consistently just keeping them in a specific lane, and it sucks.
Tag team guy. I say this all the time. We had this argument a couple weeks ago. When you're a tag team guy in WWE, it's hard to get out of tag team guy in WWE, especially in today's climate where the main event scene on both shows are so. You have your 3-4 guys, maybe 5 guys on the main event scene in both shows, and in order to crack that to get into the main event scene, it's hard for people to do. Jey Uso's probably the only one who's successfully done it in the last year or so. And Gunther as well. Alistair just got there, right? But the main event scene there on Raw has been Rollins, Punk, LA Knight, and Jey Uso, basically, for the last year. Mm-hmm. And now you have Braun and Bronson because the story dictates it. On SmackDown, it's been some thing of Drew McIntyre, Cody,
Randy.
I can't even remember other Cody feuds right now. I'm blanking. I'm sorry. Like he faced Kevin Owens for a little while, Cena for a little bit. Yeah, but it's hard for that mid-tier wrestler to elevate themselves into there. And you're talking about 2 guys in DIY, Ciampa and Gargano, who you can make the argument are in the pinnacle, the top 5 of NXT wrestlers of all time. And when I would have thought they were both slam dunks for different reasons to come up to main roster and be stars. Ciampa's heel work in NXT was absolutely fantastic. And Gargano always reminded me of the way he was beloved in NXT, reminded me of the way Daniel Bryan was beloved during his main roster WWE run. Mm-hmm. And he's good in the ring. And maybe not Bryan good, but he's good in the ring. So I thought coming up, he could be the ultimate babyface. And for some reason, they just always have kept them in a tag team together. And I'm just like, you're kind of wasting these guys.
Especially the fact that they are really great feuding as well with each other.
NXT feud, man. That was a 2-year NXT run because Ciampa got hurt during the middle of it. And their storytelling and that. If you have not watched it, go watch that feud. It's so good. That's peak Triple H storytelling. I think that's the greatest thing he's ever done as a booker. All right, let's get into this match. I think neither one of us wants to review. Charlotte Flair versus Nia Jax.
I do.
So before this,
I have tons to say.
Before this, Jade Cargill comes out to the ring. Mm-hmm. And Jade says,
I'm that bitch. Move on. That whole thing pissed me off. I had to watch that long ass entrance and that long ass exit just to hear her say that and walk away. That pissed me off.
I told y'all I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna win this championship. And to any woman in the locker room who thinks she can step to me, I'm that bitch. That's what she said. She leaves. And as she's making her way up the ramp, Charlotte Flair's music hits. We have the Charlotte Flair Jade Cargill stare down again. By the way, I want to mention this now. We did not need Jade Cargill in like 6-inch pumps last night because she was taller than everybody she stood next to, because she's legitimately not taller than Charlotte Flair. But because it's her first night as champion, they wanted to build her stature and so make her look bigger than everybody. So she's looking down at Charlotte, looking down at the 14-time women's champion as they're having the stare down, which is an interesting idea for Jade. You're trying to build her aura, her mystique. But I'm just like, it just looked strange.
Yeah.
So Charlotte and Jade have a stare down. Charlotte walks away. While Charlotte's pyro was going off and she's doing oranges, Jade is still there at the top of the ramp,
And you can hear
yelling
her.
and screaming. You can hear her. So Charlotte unrobes, turns around, still sees that Jade's still there, goes to try to get back into her face, and Alexa grabs Charlotte's head. And I like that part because regardless of how much we say Charlotte is trying to be a baby face, right? She can't stop herself from being alpha dog the way she always has. And Alexa,
I love the fact that Alexa pulled her back because that's what real girls do for each other. Let's go, girl.
She had to remind her that's not what we're doing here. Yep. You're not that person anymore. That part I loved. Yep. I was like, that's a really great point.
Yep.
It's a very understated thing that if you're not paying attention, you could miss, but it's a good storytelling.
I agree.
This match was crap. I'm sorry.
I disagree.
Every time these two women are in the ring together, and I think this one was purposeful because the last time they were in the ring together, they started shooting on each other and slapping each other around.
I remember
this.
that.
Yeah, this time I think they did it. They're like, people are going to remember this, so let's be a little bit extra stiff. Let's do the pie facing. Let's do the ground and pounds. Let's do everything. Whatever. So I'm just like, okay, I guess. Let's just get to the end. Charlotte's trying to hit the figure 8 on Nia. She can't get it on. Nia kicks her, hits a Samoan drop. Goes for what the fuck is it called? The Annihilator, the Yokozuna bomb. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, Alexa's on the other side. All of a sudden, Alexa gets attacked from the corner. And I'm like, who's coming to help Nia? And it's Lash Legend from NXT. Mm-hmm. If all of the NXT women call-ups, Lash Legend would not have been on my bucket list.
Makes perfect sense to me.
I didn't because we're adding more women's tag teams. Now we have a giant women's tag team.
There's so much to unpack about this match. This is why I'm like, I don't understand how you don't want to talk about it. Because the simple fact you just had a new call-up. We talked about the fact that they're desperate for call-ups right now. So there's that to discuss. There's the fact that what do we say about Nia Jax constantly? She's a workhorse. She's the one that you go to when you're kind of stuck in a story and she can fill that void. Guess what? She's filling that void again because you didn't exactly have that much to do with Charlotte and Alexa. So now guess what? Now there's intrigue. Now there's a new tag team that force between the two of them, two giant forces of nature coming together, that they need to demolish everybody on the goddamn roster. That's what that needs to be. Then thirdly, you can also do let's talk about and complain about the fact that we've seen this a million times. Nia Jax always gets paired with someone before they betray them, betray her, and then now they're a baby face and so on and so on. There's so much to discuss about this, and I don't understand how you're not in it. I'm in it. I'm like, what is happening right now?
Nia hits an Annihilator on Charlotte Flair to get the win. We'll get into everything you said in a second. I just want to get the recap done. Okay. Nia gets the win on Charlotte Flair, and yeah, okay. So we'll get into the backstage segment when Alexa and Charlotte were in the trainer's room in a second. But I agree with what you said. I just don't see them two in a tag team. Like, I get why you pair them. They're two giant women. You need a force. I've been saying it on the men's side. You need two giant men on the men's side to be a dominant force for a while. They had AOP and they let them go. I have no idea what they were doing there.
You also have the War Raiders you can easily be doing that with.
You can do that too.
Granted, one's injured, but when they were together and healthy, you weren't doing it regardless.
Yeah. So yeah, it's fine, I guess. So we're gonna get Nia Jax and the bougie baddie. I'm sorry, she needs a new catchphrase too. Like, oh god. Like, I'm looking at a picture of them and they just look out of place. Like, she looks like, you know what Lash Legend looks like to me? She looks like if there was another member of the group from the movie Clueless who
I understand it. I understand it. I understand
but
it.
she wants to be part of the group, but she's not part of the group. So
Did
they
you
just
just
keep.
say if there was a third member?
I said another member
Okay,
because there was three. There was
three.
No,
That's
there was
why I was
three.
like, wait, you're throwing me off.
It was the redhead. I don't remember her name, and it was
had it.
crap.
God damn it. Hash.
I could picture her face. Not, and it's not Tiffany Haddish.
No, I did not Tiffany Haddish, but I said Nash, wasn't it?
No, Dana Dash. Dana Dash. Dana. It's not Dame Dash.
Who cares?
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, but that's what she reminds me of. So, whatever. So, you're all in on this Nia tag team. I don't. Whatever.
I'm in it.
All right, I guess. So then we get a backstage segment with them two talking, and Nia says, you know, Alexa's been saying that I need to make a friend. I need to make a friend for years. Well, I went down to NXT. I fought with this girl. I know how strong she is. I know how good she is, and I made a friend. She kind of said that Lash isn't her friend, but she is her friend. It was kind of a weird promo, but she goes, I made a friend, and we're gonna be dominant. And then Lash cuts a promo. She calls herself the bougie baddie. She goes, I'm here to wreck everybody, and we're gonna and blah blah blah. And they walk off arm in arm. And then we have another backstage where the champions are in the back in the trainers' room, and they're getting checked out by the trainers. And all of a sudden, they look up, and Alexa's.
I thought was captivating because you didn't expect it.
Alexa's afraid.
Yeah.
And then you just look over, and it's Asuka. She's like, you could say she's giggling under her mask. She's like having fun. My thing about and you know she was going to try to miss them. My problem with this was she missed the mist. She tried to hit them both by missing them both, and she missed them both. Missed.
They both got misted. Stop it. They both got misted.
Go back and watch it.
Go back and watch it. They both got misted. Not as much as they should have, but she definitely missed them both. Stop it.
Charlotte had to lean her head in because they were too far away to get both misted. And then Alexa only got misted on the side of her face. There was nothing in her eyes.
Again, and they got misted.
It was not.
It wasn't as much as we're used.
She did not hit them enough that they needed to be screaming and get hurt.
It did what it needed to do. It didn't need to be that whole big dramatic, whatever it is you're asking for. Relax, calm down.
And the last time we saw her miss somebody, the last two times, she turned them into Smurfs. All right. This time, it's looked like somebody took a marker and decided to color the side of Alexa's face.
Stop it.
Like it was terrible. Oh, I'm gonna. Ooh, this. I love Chelsea Green.
Okay.
I absolutely love Chelsea Green. I think she's amazing. I think she's awesome. I love Ethan Page. I think he's great. I think he should one of those guys who should have went from AEW directly to the main roster. If he would have, we probably would be having the same conversations we were having about everybody else about them wasting him and them not being able to do anything with him, because right now in NXT he's doing such great work. He's a North American champion. In NXT, for people who don't watch NXT, like my co-host, Chelsea Green and Ethan Page are in a quasi-stable together. They're both Canadian. So it's the two of them, and now Alba Fire in a stable together. They just went down to AAA last weekend and won the AAA Mixed Tag Team Championships. So Chelsea has a match against Julia for the United States Championship because Julia just surpassed her for longest reigning Women's United States Champion of all time. That championship's been in existence for a year. We've had 4 champions. We don't need to be making a big deal about longest reigning nothing. Anyways, the disrespect we put on Julia on a week-to-week basis is blasphemy and aggravating, because she came out and she looked like a star. She has the pyro, she has the smoke, she has the aura of a star. She comes out, she knows her character, she knows who she is. This match was, if it was 3 minutes long, I'm giving it credit because it might have been less than 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And Julia lost to Chelsea Green via roll up while Chelsea cheated with her legs on the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
And Chelsea took the title off of Julia, making her a double champion again, which is fine because she'll go down to NXT with that title, and her and Ethan Page will both be double champions. And I think that's the look they want. But what are you doing with Julia? You have Julia, Stephanie, and there was a third that came in with them. Well, it's Zarya. Zarya. Well, it's called Julia and Stephanie. They came in at the same exact time together in NXT. Stephanie has gotten super over with fans, so they're pushing her to the moon. I get that. Julia has not gotten over as much, so I get the non-push, the start and stop with her. But as far as in ring, as far as being able to cut a promo, as far as look, Julia has everything Stephanie Vicker has. Why are we not trying to push her? We gave her a manager who no one ever even remembered was on the roster to begin with. Mm-hmm. You've given her, what, 2 championship defenses since she's won that title? Mm-hmm. And now you had her lose jobber style to somebody who's always captivating but never puts on amazing matches and wants somebody who we don't consider a great in-ring worker. What are we doing? Yes, go ahead.
Oh, okay. See, I'm not upset at this at all, and here's why. I'm convinced the only reason, and if I'm right, then this is perfectly fine. If I'm wrong, then I'm with you. This is the stupidest thing you could have done. What are we doing? We're disrespecting the woman. I personally think that the reason why they're doing this is because they're going to push her to main event. That's the only thing that makes sense.
You think we're going to get Julia and Jade?
I think that's coming. I don't think that's going to be the first thing. I think it's coming. I think that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to start pushing her to the main event because Jade's going to need people that, one, it's going to be great matches in terms of, like, you know, the characters and things like that, but also people who can carry her in matches.
Yeah.
That's why it makes sense to me. If they do this, it all makes sense, and I'm not going to be upset. If it's not for this, and we're going to keep her in the mid-card, then this is the stupidest thing ever. What was the point of this? What are we doing? And they're treating my girl, Julia, like they did Zelina.
And I don't know if, like, we just turned Julia heel when we separated her from Roxanne, right? When they were tagging on Raw.
Yeah, but that was
when they were called up. I know. I mean, it feels like just...
No, I know. The only reason you can't switch her back is because of Kiana James.
Yeah. You'd have to separate her from Kiana James.
To separate them. Yeah. But then what do you do with Kiana?
Give her somebody from NXT. Have another call-up come up.
Nah, you give her to B-Fab.
Let's transition. So we get a backstage segment where Jade is walking around, just basically disrespecting everybody. So actually, that was before this match, because Chelsea Green was talking about how she's going to, when she wins the United States champion, she's going to be the greatest SmackDown women's champion, not the main champion, but the greatest women's SmackDown champion on this roster. And Jade walks up behind her again, towering over her, and looks at her and goes, "You want to keep running your mouth and saying that?" And Chelsea's like, "No, I got a match to go." And then she grabs her Secret Service and she runs away. And her, Jade, B-Fab, and Mia Yim walk to the same door at the same time. And Jade yells to her to move or watch out. And she gets one step through the door. And I'm sorry, B-Fab, Mia Yim, have y'all not heard about whispering? Have y'all not heard about waiting for people to walk away before you start talking crap about them? Because Jade was 1 or 2 steps out that door, and B-Fab was like, "Who does she think she is? She talks to us like that. She's the WWE SmackDown Women's Champion, whatever that championship's called right now. She is Jade Cargill. In her own words, she's that bitch. She's going to say to you, B-Fab, whatever she wants, because you're lucky you still have a job." Yes.
So all this is because instantly that turned into we're getting B-Fab versus Jade next
B-Fab
week.
versus Jade next week.
The following week, we're going to get Mia Yim versus Jade.
Oh, we're going to get back-to-back squash matches.
Yes.
This is going to be...
One, it's to just bolster the fact that she's beating all these women,
physically
defending
dominant over
whatever.
everybody.
Yeah, whatever. But it's also to give time, I believe, to build someone up to challenge her for real.
Okay. I'm all right with it. Like, I'm not... You need a short run. I'm going to do it as long as they did in AEW, but the Tony Khan way of booking Jade Cargill originally was not a bad way of booking her because she was physically dominant over everybody. He just kept that going for way too long. Mm-hmm. If you do that for a short run as her as main champion, I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. But she needs to have somebody push her. I don't want to have her an undefeated streak of Jade Cargill again. Like
no, I think that. You have that for a while until Bianca comes back.
Yeah, and who knows when that's going to be? Because the reports are that the break was worse than they thought. It was at the joint instead of the break, so they don't have a timetable for her return just yet.
That's crazy. Which is why I said you have to build and you have to stall for time.
Yeah. Because that's the only person who physically can stand up to Jade Cargill. Yeah. Let's see what the timetable is. This is from Sports Illustrated. Yeah, whatever. The company was unsure when the EST would be medically cleared to compete, but the folks at Bodyslam have learned that she could remain on injured reserve at least through the end of the year. Okay. So that's 2 months. That's 2 more months. We're talking about she's been out since WrestleMania. So that's an 8-month broken finger injury, which is crazy.
But that's how bad it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we got that. Next match we got was David versus Goliath. Samoan versus Mexican. Actually, he's Tongan. I'm sorry, he's not Samoan. Ray Phoenix versus Tala Tonga.
I have problems with this match.
So before this match started, we have a backstage where Solo is talking to the MFT. Did you notice that they dropped the S off of MFTs? They're just calling them the MFT now. They made it abundantly clear when they're cutting the promos. I think it was Sami Zayn also when he was in the back talking to Nick Aldis.
Said we have an MFT problem.
We have an MFT problem. They dropped the S off, so it's My Family Tree. Whatever. It's just. But yeah. So we have a backstage segment where Solo's talking to the MFT, and he's saying, "You guys did a really good job last week. We got a beat down. That's what we need to do every week. But we're missing something. We need to get to championships. The Wyatts are out here holding something off that belongs to us. And Ilya Dragunov is out here holding a U.S. Open Challenge every week for something that definitely belongs to this family." And then Thomas Hunk was like, "Yeah, I got you, boss." Just like posturing like this.
They started with Sami Zayn is still walking around here.
Yeah, whatever. Sammy's always walking around. So he 2025 Mick Foley.
You're not wrong.
He came out in flannel last night, bro. Like, you want us to stop calling you Mick Foley? Stop wearing that Mick Foley shirt. So they walk away to get to the match, and like cockroaches, the Wyatts just
That's exactly what they look like when they came out. They look like roaches.
They just popped up like if they were kneeling behind the MFTs off camera and then just waiting for them to walk off camera so that way they could just stand up.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it was so weird. And so Gacy and Loomis start to walk towards them, and Eric Rowan, who is, I guess, is the de facto leader until we get Uncle Howdy back, puts his hand out and says, "Not just yet. Here's my issue. This has been weeks of you building this feud. You had back-to-back weeks of you face-to-face with each other, and we've had basically and no physical interaction. You've been stalking them for like 3 weeks after that. So I think it's been like 5 weeks where we've been like, I'm with this, and no, like nothing's happened. There's been nothing. And we thought maybe this is going to be a War Games match because, Wyatt's and War Games could be fun. You can't motivate the feud or the War Games match or the tag title match or whatever you're doing with this without there being some sort of physicality between the two groups. This is them just stalking them is getting boring.
Yeah.
So Phoenix makes his way out first. MFTs come out. Apparently their face paint glows now. I'm cool with the presentation. It looks really good. This is what they need to be doing. There's a movie from the 80s that I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me that their face paint reminds me of. I can picture it on a shirt.
Wasn't it a Gang and the Warriors?
It might be that too, but it was something else because I remember because the other guys, LAX, Santana and Ortiz used to do it all the time when they were in AEW. I'll look it up and figure it out. It might have been the Warriors, but I think it's something else too. For some reason, I wanted to say it was like the Misfits, but it's not that. All right, so this is fine. Like this match is what it was going to be. Rey Fenix trying to run around and try to hit high flying moves on Tala Tonga, and Tala Tonga swatting him out of the air constantly. Actually, I say there was no physicality, but before the match started, the Wyatts came out and attacked the MFTs to get. No, it wasn't the Wyatts. It was Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah,
Motor City Machine Guns came out and attacked the MFT to even out the odds. They left only Solo there at ringside. Solo is sitting there watching Tala Tonga. Tala Tonga gets the win with a chokeslam because towards the end he was just dominating Rey Fenix. I'm okay with Tala Tonga getting a push. He's young. He's good. They need another giant to be dominant. My question to you is, and I know I'm not a huge fan of him. I never really was. I was more of a Penta fan. I know you're a huge Rey Fenix guy. What are we doing with Rey Fenix?
I disagree. So here's my take.
What? You disagree with what? That wasn't an answer to my question.
I disagree with everything you're saying right now. Here's my point. This was supposed to be a squash match. I'm sorry. I like the fact that Phoenix put up a fight because, again, you don't want to necessarily squash him because we're not doing anything with him regardless, and he can't take you'd understand him taking the L, but he can't afford to keep taking L's. Like, we're literally just pummeling this guy into obscurity. But in this match, he should have gotten completely demolished. It should not have lasted anywhere near as long as it did.
The fact that the heel got the win without outside interference is squashy enough for me.
Yeah.
That's the way I take it, because every time heels win, somebody cheats to win. He did not cheat to win. This was a clean victory for Tala Tonga over Rey Fenix. I'm okay with it. A little bit of offense from Rey Fenix because he still got the choke slam in the middle of the ring and got to stand over him at the end. You still make Tala Tonga look really strong by getting
But we're
this
not talking about Tala. We're talking about Rey. You did him no favors.
Win or lose, I mean, if he got squashed by Tala Tonga or if he didn't get squashed by Tala Tonga, he wasn't going to look better coming out of this match anyway. The problem with him right now is, and again, they gave him a tag team partner who left the company or maybe didn't.
He wasn't going to look better. What if he would have won?
Rey would not have won this match. There was no reason for Rey to win this match.
What are you talking about?
I think the way me and you probably went into this match looking at it two different ways. I had 0% thought that Rey Fenix was winning this match.
I didn't think he should win the match either. But my point is what do you mean? You're saying like we couldn't have done anything differently. Yes, we could have. We could have given him the win and we could have had to start to build him up. We talked about this last week. We talked about the fact that he should be in the Rey Mysterio role and he should be just messing with this group.
I agree, but I didn't think he should go in and win this match. I thought Tala Tonga needed to win this match.
Needed, yes, I understand that. But again, if we're talking about what we're doing with Rey.
Yeah.
You're making the case for Tala. No one's talking about Tala. We're
I'm
saying, what are
aware.
we doing with Ray?
I'm still saying, what are you doing with Ray? What you said, but my point was, regardless of Tala squashed him or did not squash him, because this was not a squash match, Ray wasn't going to come out looking better in a loss to Tala Tonga.
Okay,
That's
thank you
my
for
point.
completing your sentence then, because you didn't say that the first time.
Oh, if Ray won somehow roll up or reversing a power bomb into a Hurricane Rana, a la Rey Mysterio style, or something like that.
That's what I imagined.
Then all right, I guess he won, but he didn't win. He didn't hit his finish. It wasn't definitive. We can continue it going, I guess. I just thought that the MFT have so much going on right now that I don't think Ray Phoenix is going to be the focal point of their feud. The focal point of their feud is Sami Zayn. Right, because Sammy had that backstage with Nick Aldis. He said, Nick Aldis tells me you're still not medically cleared. You can't be out there with Ray, blah, blah, blah.
I don't need more Sammy Solo. I don't need that.
I know. But
I think because, again, when is Triple H, I've said this, when is Triple H doing his best storytelling? When he has multiple stories going on at once with the focal point being something. So right now, if we're talking MFT, right? They're messing with the Wyatts. They're going around destroying everybody. They can do that while also telling a story between the MFT and Ray Phoenix. You don't need Sammy involved whatsoever. We've had this already. We've done this before. This is more extension of Bloodline stuff. And you already have extension of Bloodline happening on Raw. You don't need it on two separate shows.
The argument to that theory is, and I say this all the time, because he is the Mick Foley of this generation, because he is the uber babyface guy, he's going to have the backs of all of the baby faces that he's with. So he has the history with Solo Sikoa. He beat Solo for the United States Championship before ultimately losing it, right? So, but he doesn't want to see people who he's friendly with get beat down every single week. That is the ultimate babyface thing to do.
I understand that, but again, I don't care for this story, is what I'm saying.
I get it. But we're gonna get it.
I would rather a Phoenix versus MFTs. I would rather a Shinsuke MFT story.
Yeah, but who's gonna be in Phoenix's corner other than your ultimate babyface? You want to get Ray Phoenix over? You want to get the rub from somebody? You're gonna get the rub from somebody who everybody loves. And all of the fans love Sami Zayn.
Which is fine, but I don't even think he needs a rub. I think you just need to book him correctly. That's it. Have him in the Rey Mysterio role, like I said last week.
I get it. But the problem with booking him correctly is, like, we tried to give him 2 tag team partners and both tag team partners left him. So what are we doing with the guy? If we're not going to put him back with his brother.
How about we just not put him in a tag team? How about that? That's an option. Stop building all these fake tag teams.
We got tag team hard on in WWE right now, bro. We got tag team chubbies over on every show.
This is annoying.
Every show needs a new tag team. It's all right. All right. So then we get Aleister Black and Cody. Did I miss any backstage segments?
No.
Okay. So we get Aleister Black and Cody. It's a fine match. What I miss?
The Miz.
I missed The Miz. So, and R-Truth.
And R-Truth.
So let's talk about the R-Truth one first. So R-Truth walks into Nick Aldis' office, and he goes, and he's in full Ron Cena gear. And he walks in, and he goes, did you figure out who's going to face my big brother John Cena? Blah, blah, blah. He goes, no. He goes, no, Truth, I haven't. That's what we're doing this tournament for. He goes, well, I want in. And he goes, and I even brought my own balls. This was a Vince McMahon style vignette the entire way. He goes, I brought my own balls. He got 2 plastic tumbler balls with pieces of paper in them, obviously, probably. And I like that it was 2. And the reason why I liked it was 2, it still shows the bipolarness of R-Truth, because he goes, these both have my names on it. One of them probably said R-Truth, and one of them probably said Ron Killings. And that would have been hilarious if they would have went down that road. But it shows the craziness of R-Truth. And so Nick Aldis looks at him and goes, Truth, Your name's already in there. You're in the tournament. You're already in. And Truth goes, listen to this. All right, you don't want them? I'm going to take my balls with me. And he walks out. Like, what was this? Why?
Didn't
Why
he say
did
something
he?
about you don't want my balls touching your balls?
You don't want my balls. Oh, that's what he said. He said, you don't want my balls touching your balls. I'm sorry. It's like Truth is like, what? This was a Vince McMahon style promo. It's just like the
100%.
level of juvenile.
And it's fine if you love R-Truth for just being the comedic role and not anything further. Because at this point, get rid of the Ron Killings thing. Just forget about it. They're not bringing it back.
You know,
Such
it's
a
just
such a
yeah. And then we had the Miz interview with Kathy Kelly, where he says he's in a match. Oh, we also have that other one. We'll talk about that after this, where they actually let's talk about it before, where Nick Aldis announces the 2 matches for next week, and he announces it's going to be Miz versus not LA Knight, because LA Knight's in the other match. Sheamus, right? No,
I don't remember.
it was Miz and somebody next week. Miz, John Cena. Last time is now a tournament. Let's see. It's
God bless the internet.
work.
Imagine back in the day.
Yeah, we had to figure this out
or something.
Absolutely. So we got Miz and Jey Uso. That's what it was. It's Miz and Jey Uso. We both fucking blanked on that, bro. Jey Uso. And then LA Knight versus, and he pulls out the piece of paper and he looks at it, and Nick Aldis says, "You know what? I'm gonna leave this one as a surprise." So my immediate idea was that's the Edge spot.
I knew you were going to say that.
But I saw this take online, and I think this is the take that we're going to go with for next week.
Austin Theory.
He couldn't. No, it's not Austin Theory. He did not say the name of LA Knight's opponent because he could not say the name of LA Knight's opponent next week. Wow. Because if he would have said the name of LA Knight's opponent, somebody would have showed up behind him.
Joe Hendry
versus LA Knight next week on SmackDown.
That would be interesting.
Because if he would have said Joe Hendry, saying his name and he appears, he would have had to show up behind him.
That makes sense. That's a good theory.
I saw that online. I was like, that's great, and I hope it's that now because that is amazing.
Yep.
Because that detail is awesome. So hopefully, we got LA Knight versus a surprise opponent next week. Hopefully, it's Joe Hendry. If it's not Joe Hendry, I'll take Edge. That's it. That's the only two I'm accepting. That's it. So then we get the Miz promo where the Miz talks of he's basically saying he doesn't understand why we're having the last time is now tournament. He beat John Cena at WrestleMania. Again, that was WrestleMania 27. That was 15 years ago, and this man is still harking on winning a match over John Cena 15 years ago. He said, I beat John Cena at the main event of WrestleMania. If anything, that should motivate me getting the final match against John Cena. Not technically wrong, Miz. I actually like the line of thinking. But he goes, I'm a everything I touch. He was talking about Carmelo Hayes also. He's like, everything I touch turns to gold. I made the Intercontinental Championship relevant. Going back to his feud with Dolph Ziggler. That's when he said I beat John Cena at WrestleMania. I'm a 2-time WWE champion. I'm a whatever time tag team champion. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to beat. Who did I say he was facing? Jey Uso. I'm going to beat Jey Uso next week, and I'm going to win this entire tournament. And I'm going to. Then he goes, I beat John Cena at WrestleMania, and I'm going to retire John Cena because I'm the Miz, and I'm awesome. Yo, when he cuts these promos, he's great. He's awesome. I love the Miz, but sometimes that vein in his head pops out like really bad, and I feel like he's gonna have an aneurysm. It's like, yo, Mike, you need to relax a little bit, bro. Like, it's so.
Like you don't have the same vein in your forehead.
Yeah, it doesn't pop out like that, bro. Like, it's crazy. All right, so then we get our big main event match. It's Cody Rhodes versus Aleister Black in a non-title match. It was fine. It was solid enough. They Cody, and just go to the end. We'll talk about the end. Cody and Alistair are laying out, and all of a sudden, Drew McIntyre, like this man, just he's the pettiest dude in the world.
Rolling when this happened, I said, "What just happened?" And then he was like, "You're against me. You're on Cody's team."
He comes in and doesn't even claim more Cody, doesn't claim more Alistair, doesn't care about either one of them. He claimed was the referee. Like the referee took it and then he's grabbing the referee and the referee's like selling it like he's dead, like he's a doll. He's like,
yeah, basically.
and so then Cody gets up, he attacks him. Alistair and Drew start beating down Cody. Damian Priest's music hit because we need more of this. We need more Damian Priest versus Aleister Black. Yep. That's what we're asking for because we didn't get enough of Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre for 6 months, which we actually went on for over a year because of the cash in from Punk the previous year. But no, this is part 2 of the feud that never ends because we wanted Aleister versus Cody for the world title, but nah, we're gonna continue to run this Damian Priest. Damian Priest is gonna have Damian Priest, and here's the thing. Alistair has his wife as his proxy in the back as his manager. You're telling me that Damian Priest is going to be Cody's backup to offset Zelina Vega?
No.
That's what we're doing? This man is 6'9" and like 300 pounds, and she is like 5'2" and 120 pounds. Like maybe less than that.
I just love the fact that he took her and threw her and put his hands up like I ain't do nothing.
Yeah, like because she gouged his eyes again.
Yeah,
this is like this is what we're doing. So Priest and Cody are in the ring. They run off the heels, and Nick Aldis comes out and he says, Drew, I'm tired of this. You are the villain of your own demise or whatever. Cody was right. You're from now on, moving forward, you are indefinitely suspended. And Drew runs up to him and he's like, "You're all against me. You're all against me. My back is against the wall." It's just like he just kept yelling that, and Nick Aldis just yelling, and that's how this show goes off the air with Nick Aldis and Drew just arguing about Drew's suspension. You can't kick a referee, bro. Like, I'm sorry.
In the face. To death.
Like, we say this every week that Drew tells no lies, but you can't kick a referee. That is an official of WWE. I don't care that they're performers in kayfabe as well. That is an official. They are a proxy for the general manager when they are in that ring, and you're putting your hands on them, you need to be suspended. But yeah, that's how SmackDown went off the air. This is why I hated SmackDown. Was because of how it ended. I was like, I don't want Damian Priest involved in this now because I'm just even though Drew McIntyre, we just got him off of TV for a little bit, which was by proxy, just have it be Aleister Black and Cody, but you're still including Damian Priest in it.
This is going to end up into a triple threat.
Probably. It's just not something I want.
I don't care for it.
And I like Priest. I do. I mean, I like the gimmick of I'm a big badass who fights all the time, and I have no other substance to me. But it's whatever.
I don't like that because that's just Sheamus.
Yeah. It's yeah.
And I already have Sheamus because they won't let him go for some goddamn reason.
Sheamus is another one of those guys who you just throw in a feud with somebody when you got nothing to do, and Sheamus is happy being there.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, that was SmackDown. This was a show that oh God, it was so bad.
I disagree. We just had mad talks about mad different comments, and you over here talking about it was a terrible show.
I didn't like any of it.
That's terrible. That's terrible. Well, you want to know how full of it you are?
Why? How am I full of it?
We are at 59 seconds.
59 minutes.
59 minutes. One of our longest SmackDown episodes.
Because I had a lot to complain about.
They were not all complaints. They're merely observation.
Angry observations. I need that. I need that shirt. We need to put that on there so I can buy it. What? I don't have complaints about my wrestling. I have angry observations.
Okay. That's not bad. We got to try to shorten that.
Not complaints, angry observations. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But yes. But hey, that was, oh God, getting through that was just a great. I fell asleep on it last night. I had to watch the main event today. Just like, well, I had a lot of stuff to do the last couple of days.
That's true.
But yeah, that was SmackDown. Do we have a Raw preview for Monday? Did they announce anything besides those 2 matches for the John Cena Invitational Tournament?
I don't know.
I put in Raw preview this morning. Okay. That's from October 24th. That's not it. Okay, yep. This is from Last Word on Sports. From Raw Boston. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Last Time Is Now tournament, Rusev and Damian Priest. Oh, that's another thing. Damian Priest is going to be involved in this Cody storyline, but he's already in the Last Time Is Now tournament. So we're going to get a double dose of Wepa Puerto Rican. Also, we've mentioned this before. His shirts are hideous. Like he came out in that Wepa Puerto Rican flag shirt again. And I'm just like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sheamus. Mm-hmm. Oh, they must have announced it and I missed it. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus the Kabuki Warriors for the titles this week.
Okay.
And then we have Stephanie versus Raquel for the women's championship.
Ah, yes, that match.
So Raw this week should be good on the wrestling heaviest side. Cena will be in town for his last time in Boston. So we're going to get a 15-minute before the first match. Cena's going to kick off the show, and it's going to be a 10 to 15-minute John Cena promo before the very first match.
Agreed.
And I'm just going to be like, I don't need you. And you know what? I'll take it this time because we're only getting 3 more of these.
Yeah, what the hell's wrong with you?
He's leaving in a month. And then I'm going to say I miss John Cena. I've never been a Cena guy. His second half of his run when he leaves and comes back, I've enjoyed that more than his first half of his run. But this is gonna be a long drawn out promo in his hometown or near his hometown of Boston, Massachusetts.
It's a 3-hour show, bro. We'll be fine.
2.5. They haven't done a 3-hour Raw in months.
Same thing.
Remember when I was thinking about that the other day? Remember when they announced a Netflix Raw deal and they said some weeks Raw is going to be over 3 hours, some weeks we're going to be under 3 hours, depending on what they need. Nah, they have settled into 2 hours and 2 minutes every single week. Somebody at Netflix must have went to them and been like, we have internal metrics that shows that we get more people watching your shows when it's 150 minutes long. Can we keep it right here?
I believe it.
That's probably what happened because they have not done. Because those first couple weeks, there was a show that went 30 minutes long. And then there was a show that was 92 minutes or 97 minutes. And we were like, that's it? That was Raw?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's our Raw preview. Do we want to do? There's nothing coming up before Raw. I was just saying, do we want to do a AAA preview?
No. What podcast do you think you're on right now?
I'm just saying.
But that was SmackDown.
Oh yeah, I said that was Raw. That was SmackDown. See, it's so bad. I'm getting my shows confused.
Okay, that was SmackDown, and yeah.
The thumbnail for this, if I can figure, I might have to launch on Netflix and snippet it. It's definitely going to be Drew dragging the referee.
I'm surprised. I thought you were gonna go with Chelsea.
I mean, I can do that too. I just thought the image of him shaking the
No, that's
referee is
better. That's
hilarious.
definitely better. That's definitely better. But yeah, thank you guys. We appreciate you as always. Continue to follow us on Spotify, TikTok, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. We appreciate you guys. We love the discussions. We love that we're growing the community one fan at a time. And we'll catch you on the next one.